So here we are again, off on another little journey. This time heading down to Refuge Cove. The plan is go out of Port Welshpool, which is a great little jetty. The weather's looking pretty good for us, and obviously we follow the tide out of there because the tide can get fairly strong. You notice there that the weather's well above what was forecast. That's not uncommon. You see the shallows over there to the right, so you got to stick to the channel. It's a nice wide channel, but the reason the current is so strong up through there is partially because of the shallows. Managed to get the sails up, motors off, and we're sailing out past Snake Island there at the moment. We've done a quick jump here. We're now at Refuge Cove, so you basically head straight out past Rabbit Island and then veer straight towards Refuge Cove. Notice the difference in the colour of the water. We had about 6 metres of visibility in the water, and something I forgot to do last time was get the sign up. So dinner, of course, bit of a picnic up on the beach. Boat's pretty close into shore there, which is handy. Just pulled it in and out as we needed things off it. And was joined by this fine little fella who's...
Oh, look at the size of that.
Not so little. He wasn't getting any of this fine cuisine, however. On the menu tonight, egg in the hole. Getting on dusk. There's a few boats in there. It's just before New Year's. And a really nice, good night's sleep. Next morning, have a look at this as we look due east into the entry of the cove.
Okay, so here we are at Refuge Cove, course day 2. Boat sitting just a little way offshore there. It's quite steep, the embankment. So we feel like we don't need to pull it too far out, but hopefully we're not wrong. You can see startling day. It's absolutely cracker day. Plan for us today is to go up the hill, have a look down, and there's reception up there. And when we get to reception, we'll be able to see, make sure the weather forecast and the tides and everything are right. So we want an incoming tide to get back into Welshpool. But yeah, cracker day. This is Rob putting his shoes on, getting ready for the big hike. Finally found a part of the landscape that doesn't have sand all over it.
The views speak for themselves.
Hey Rob,
Oh, really?
Are there any rabbits on Rabbit Island?
No, mate. It's penguins.
Oh yeah. And
Jeez, it's a long way ashore, isn't it?
it is a long way.
Replay.
I think it took us about an hour and a half to sail from there to here, didn't it?
Yeah.
Have you noticed?
It's funny when you look at when you're sailing up to it and you look on the inside. It just looks so much more narrow when you're on the water.
It does.
But yeah, it's a long way out.
We love that island.
Yeah.
Should have been named after us. Oh, hang
We
on, you
could
can
have
see
swam, we
refuge
could have
from there.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that there's flies around here, Rob?
Yeah, mate. Marsh flies.
Marsh flies. Not flies from March, but from marsh. See that? That is a marsh fly.
So no flies down at the cove, but no shortage of them here.
This is what 100 sand marsh flies look like.
Hope you did bring your flies with you, did you?
Did you come to share our flies? I hate them. The bitey little suckers too, aren't they?
Walk back down the hill, roughly I think it's about 30 minutes up to Cursip's Peak. Well worth the effort. Same track goes up to Waterloo Bay. So we got reception at the top. Looks like the weather's doing what it should on the return journey. basically going to flick us out towards Rabbit Island and then push us straight home. You can see on that last map, just under 8 knots without even trying. We've got the spinnaker up, the current's on our side, and the wind is just pushing us beautifully back home. Another great trip, well worth the effort.